Hi everyone, super glad to be back. Excited to just be doing this again. I was gonna have a long spiel, but it's not necessary. We all need to take a break. End of story. So today we're gonna be talking about who this person is, what they mean to you. It could be a friendship, it could be a soulmate of sorts, maybe more romantic. I'm thinking of this as something that's more romantic led. What the timeline looks like, maybe you've met this person, maybe you haven't met this person, all that kind of stuff. So on the left, we have a selenite, beautiful raw selenite piece. We have a lapis lazuli in our center group. And on the right, my right, we have a beautiful raw amethyst. So you choose whichever group you think fits best. We'll be having this deck, another tarot deck to clarify, and then a moon deck to offer words of wisdom. Okay, hope to see you soon. Scrub to wherever feels best. If you need a pause, take a moment, take a breath, and decide. You do that. Okay. Hi, group 1. So if you chose this beautiful piece of raw selenite, this is your group. And like I said, we'll be getting cards from this deck, one other deck, and a moon oracle deck. So, who is this person that is on group 1's mind? Who is this person on group 1's mind? Who is this soulmate, this person that they're thinking of? We have the Page of Cups coming out first. The Eight of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles coming out in reverse. The Moon coming out in reverse as well. And we got one extra one. We have the King of Swords in reverse, and then we also have the Six of Cups coming out. And we'll take the Six of Cups as kind of an overall energy for what's happening here. With this Six of Cups, this might be someone you already know. This could be even someone from your childhood with the Six of Cups coming out. But this is also someone possibly who is reminiscing on times that you've had together. Maybe the better times if you're not in contact right now. Those kinds of things. Or this could be someone that you connect with on such a level that it feels like you've known each other for a really, really long time. With this Page of Cups coming out, and also in tandem with this Eight of Swords, in my head, they kind of are meshing together. With this Page of Cups, I feel like this person has tried to make some kind of effort with you, but they've been very small steps. Not very easy for this person to kind of emotionally communicate where they're at, or how they're feeling, or what their feelings look like, you know? And with the Eight of Swords as well, it's just like they want to communicate so much more, but there's so much anxiety surrounding what those feelings are, and the fear of, rejection, of whatever it may be. Even if this is someone that you're not talking to, or like someone you've cut off for a little bit, they're kind of scared to come back in and try things again with you because of what happened here. There's a kind of a mind blocking happening. Yeah, and with this Knight of Pentacles, this person is not going to be coming back anytime soon. It's not necessarily that they won't come back, but they have, first of all, other plans, I would say, with this Knight of Pentacles coming out. But also, Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. Knight of Pentacles takes a long time to let things kind of unfold before them. They're kind of one of the slower moving knights in the deck, other than like the Knight of Cups. But even, you know, with the Valet, with the Page of Cups coming out as well, it's going to take a while for this person to become more literate and more literate in their emotions, and also feeling more stable before they move towards you. With the Three of Wands as well, it feels like they're waiting for something better. It could be like job-wise. It feels like this is kind of tied together. They're moving slowly within their own career and they want things to take off. They're kind of just waiting for the better opportunity to show up and arise before they start making any other kind of serious moves. But even if this is someone you're not talking to right now, they're very much holding on to this situation. They're very much holding on to what they know, what is, you know, what they know. The things that they know, as well as the feelings that they have for you, kind of. It's just, it's gonna be a while before they really find this depth of the connection, before it really like has that aha moment where they have to come back and maybe rework things with you, or yeah, those kinds of things. With the Six of Pentacles, it feels like they're trying to, again, just trying to get a lot of their own things in balance, especially with the Three of Pentacles too. They might be going back to school. This is like this is my school card, honestly. Stop making that noise. This is my school card. So this is very much, that might be a blockage in the way of them trying to make any move towards you, especially with the Three of Wands as well up here. It's also a very moving kind of card for me. And with the Six of Pentacles too, it just feels like they feel more ready to be able to give and to take within relationships, but I don't think they're ready for whatever the magnitude of this is. Because with this Six of Cups here, this is one of those like very deep connections, especially within soulmates and people who are intertwined in that kind of romantic way. With the Moon in reverse as well, there's a lot of things that they might not have said in the first place, or they didn't want to reveal too much to you, and now it's something that is not easy for them to reflect on. I think there's a lot of hidden things that happened within this relationship while you were talking, whatever that is. Yeah, especially with this King of Swords in reverse, this doesn't feel like y'all are talking at all, now that I think about it. This person in a lot of ways could have been really good at getting things out of you, getting statements out of you, or your own feelings out of you, but when it came to kind of getting them to open up, it was very easy for them to shift the subject and shift the energy and shift what it was happening here, even though there was a massive amount of feelings that I feel that they were wrapping underneath all of this stuff, especially with the Moon in reverse. There's a lot of things undercover here. There's also a lot of, I feel like, dream connection between you two, possibly. Yeah, if that's something that happens often, or feels like it happens often, where you're dreaming of them or you're thinking about them, know that this is probably also happening to them as well. So we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. We have the Six of Swords. Knight of Pentacles, again, this time it's coming out in reverse. Ten of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Eight of Swords. This person is thinking a lot about what to do next, like how to move forward within this situation, but they're just really unsure of what that looks like or how how that's gonna happen for them. Yeah, with the World in reverse, things are not done here. There's a huge feeling of this person making their way back, even if it does take a long time. I think in a lot of ways, with the Knight of Pentacles coming out twice in either direction, it's very back and forth between this person of feeling like they're on the right track towards getting their finances together, and then other times not so much. With the Six of Swords here as well, it feels like they're trying their hardest to move out of this Eight of Swords kind of feeling, where they felt really caged and kind of not able to do anything. They're trying their hardest to move through those emotions and move through those feelings and allow themselves to see how much easier all this can be. I think with the Seven of Swords as well, I don't think things ended very well between y'all, if that is what happened here. It feels like this person allowed, especially with the King of Swords as well, allowed the lies that came out of their mouth to take over this relationship. And I think they're trying their hardest to kind of maybe backtrack in other relationships before they make their way towards you. I think that's what's really happening here. I think they have a lot of work to do in a lot of different relationships before they even try to make any kind of move towards you. Especially with the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, again, they need to be working on that relationship with themselves in the first place. And there's this huge fear of like a non-committal fear towards wanting to move in any direction at all. And with the Ten of Swords as well, it's just these kind of situations keep on happening over and over and over again to them, where they're just being stabbed in the back by people, or they're doing, you know, the dirty work and, you know, getting shit hitting the fan for them, and them just being tired of that kind of lifestyle and those things happening. I think in a lot of ways they're trying to get their own rest and separate themselves from these situations, but it's not happening too well. This second set is a lot heavier and I think shows a lot more of mentally where they are at the moment, and I don't think that's a very good place. And I think in a lot of ways they want their hardest to be emotionally open and available with you, with this Queen of Cups coming out, and within their own energy with this King of Pentacles. And, you know, maybe they see you as someone who was very emotionally receptive and open and understanding and caring, and their own rigidity kind of got in the way. I'm getting a lot of earth sign vibes, specifically Taurus here. That could be something that is in their big three, whatever that means to you. Their Venus as well. I think their biggest thing here is wanting to just be able to really and truly provide for themselves and be comfortable with where they are and their relationships, and including their relationships to themselves and how they speak with other people before they make any kind of move towards you. So let's get a couple of these just so we can get some kind of advice maybe for you, or any other kind of words that you might need to hear. So what can we give to group one so that they aren't just sitting around thinking about this all the time? I'm gonna say patience is the really big thing here, and just realizing that this connection is very deep and can, if it is meant to prevail, it will, and it will work through. I think I'm supposed to pull this one. Nope. Let's get one more for this group. Okay, so we have full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. We have blue moon, believe in the impossible. And new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. I think this end of a tough cycle could be applying to you, but I think this is also really applying to this person where they are really trying their hardest to backtrack through all of these things that they've done to maybe with you or maybe other people within their life. They're finally kind of seeing a closing of all of it, especially with the world in reverse. They're kind of starting to see where they can find closure within all of these situations. I think what you need to really hear here is the believe in the impossible that's in reverse. I think you might have trouble believing that anything can happen here. And that is a mindset that needs to be able to live within you. Truly and really. It's not easy, but you have to understand that the universe and whatever you believe in or whoever you believe in will always work in a very strange and mysterious way. Prosperity lies ahead, and I think that's just a good thing to, say to anybody, really. But I think, especially with this new moon in Taurus, there is a new sense of self within all of this, for you specifically, and just kind of allowing things to unfold, knowing that whatever happens in this situation, you will be okay. And I promise that for you. Allow yourself to, again, believe in the impossible, that beautiful and wonderful things can come out of this, even if it feels really bleak at the moment. And let whatever this is just come to a close. You never know what's actually going to happen. So just let it be what it is, let it unfold as it does. Again, the universe works in very mysterious ways. Okay, group 1, that's going to be it for me. Thanks so much. Hi, group 2. So if you chose this beautiful Lapis Lazuli, this is your group. You're at the right place. Welcome. So as I said, we're going to get about 9 cards out of this deck. And then we're going to have a second tarot deck. And then after that, we're going to have a moon oracle deck that offers actual words. Because I think sometimes that can be helpful for people, having actual words coming out of a deck. So, who is this person? Have they met this person? What is going on in this situation? So we have the sun coming out. We have the 10 of Wands coming out first. And then we have the sun. And then we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. We have death in reverse. We have the 6 of Cups coming out halfway. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Empress coming out in reverse. That's fun for this group. Okay, and we'll take this last one as kind of an overall feeling. We have the 7 of Swords also in reverse, and the 8 of Wands as an overall for what this group is going through. So as an overall, I feel like there's no communication between you two, so this could be someone that you don't know. This could very well be someone that you don't know, but it could also be someone that you do know. I think that's a little bit less of the point here, for me at least. But especially with the 6 of Cups in like a halfway, it feels like it could either be someone that you've known for a very long time, or this could be someone that's completely fresh and you've kind of allowed yourself to focus on something else rather than what is supposed to be coming next. Anyway, So with the Ten of Wands in reverse, it feels like this person is finally lifting a lot of burdens and getting out of a lot of heaviness within their own self, especially with the Six of Swords in reverse as well. It feels like there's been a lot of back and forth of finding their way through and wading their way through different senses of self and pieces of self. I'm gonna pretend like that card was not out on the floor. I think whatever their last relationship was, or whatever last happened to them in that kind of romantic sense, was very tumultuous and was not very easy for them to get out of. But I think in a lot of ways they're starting to find their footing, even though it does feel like it's back and forth. There's the sun here as well, so they are finally learning and seeing that things are moving for them, and things are shifting, and things are happening in their own way. And even though things were not in the best place before all of this, especially with death, I think this is a very hard death in reverse as well. I think this is something that's very hard for them to let go of what happened between them and someone else, or maybe you and them. It hasn't, whatever it is, it hasn't been easy for them to let go of or move forward, but they're really truly allowing themselves, I think, finally to really see what is actually happening in their life, the good things that are actually there in their life. And again, with this Six of Cups, I think there was a focus for a very long time on what was and what they thought should have been and what should have happened, and now they're kind of allowing themselves to remind themselves of the joy that they've felt in their life and the joy that they've had and all those kinds of things. I think with the Ace of Swords as well, there's a lot of recognition of the truth of either this situation and why it was harmful, or the truth of what they actually want and what they actually need in a relationship now, and that shift and what that looks like for them. Yeah, with the Empress in reverse, it's there's a lot of, I'm just seeing a lot of back and forth of really feeling in their power, and then other times not feeling within that power at all, and not feeling within their own sense of self. It's a hard journey, and I think whatever this was very, very difficult for this person, especially with the Tower as well. This was a huge shakeup. I don't think it was anything easy, and I think in a lot of ways they had to really pick up from the ground and kind of shift everything. But in a lot of ways they're beginning to see a lot of clarity of the situation and a lot of joy that is within their own life already. With the Seven of Swords coming out in reverse as well, it feels more like the lies of this situation and the lies that were told to them and those kinds of things have subsided, and they're finally, again, allowing themselves to see what is really happening in the fruition of their actual life. I think that in a lot of ways this is really beautiful, but this has also been something that is very troublesome for them, something that was not easy to get out of. This could have been a really highly manipulative relationship, and it just felt like it was holding everything back. And now they're beginning to, especially with the Ten of Swords in reverse, it felt like, look, Ace of Swords again. Especially with the Ten of Wands in reverse, it felt like it was such a burden to whatever they wanted to be doing or whatever they wanted to be going in, like whatever their passions were. They may have stopped doing all of that, and now they're kind of learning to recollect things where they left off. So we have coming out from the second deck the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Swords, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Pentacles, the Sun again, that's crazy. We have Temperance in reverse. We have the Ace of Cups. Ooh. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So this Ten of Swords, I'll take this too. This Ten of Swords in reverse, I'm not going to take this one. This Ten of Swords in reverse is really beautiful to me because it's just a full stop on taking anything from anybody that is not worth their time. Really, truly understanding the people that are putting the swords in them and allowing themselves to just be like, you know what? I don't need that in my life. With this Temperance in reverse, I feel like it is a little bit hard for them. They might also have like an alcohol problem or some kind of substance abuse, but that's beside the point. With this Temperance in reverse, I feel like, again, it is hard for them to kind of find that balance of self and what feels right and what is actually true for them and what relationship is working towards them and which is not, all those kinds of things. And with the Nine of Cups too, it feels like a lot of what they have wished for or what they thought would be theirs or what they thought was best for them has kind of not worked out in that kind of sense. Again, very much that kind of Tower energy where they were building up to expectations that were not realistic and it kind of shattered in their face. And that's what happens when we work against with what Spirit wants from us. Yes, that makes sense. Again, this Knight of Cups kind of also shows that at times there's a lack of emotional shift, but with this Ace of Cups, it feels like they're finally learning to reinvest into who they are and their own worth and their own love, and they're starting to feel like they are ready to give that love to somebody who is willing to receive it, and that could be you if you play your cards right. With the Two of Pentacles in reverse, there's just a lot of juggling of this person feeling really within what they're doing, understanding the signs that they're getting, and then other days it's really difficult. And I think they could be juggling jobs as well, or what feels best for them, all those kinds of things. Five of Pentacles too, it's this feeling of disconnect, and I feel like this person might have disconnected from a lot of friends, might have disconnected from a lot of groups, as well as a lot of past lovers, and it has just been a really difficult time for them, and they're just really wanting to find something warm and comforting, and they're ready to give their love and their trust to people and to someone, most likely as well, who truly will show them the worth of it and return that same kind of adoration as well. With the Sun here again, the Sun and the Ace of Swords showing up again, this person is really trying their hardest to truly believe that what is best for them and what is meant for them will show up, and kind of allowing themselves to cut through all those lies and all the foolishness and all the things that didn't work out, either with this past relationship or any other relationships that they've had, all those kinds of things. With the Queen of Swords as well, I think they're learning to be a little bit less cold and a little bit less, cold. And they're allowing themselves to be direct, but I think at the same time it's difficult for this person to really build up any kind of self-esteem when they've had so many things just happen to them over and over and over again. I feel like if this person does have feelings for you with the High Priestess, they haven't said anything, or they're not talking about it, or maybe they're not talking to you. With the computer on their laptop, they're either watching you or thinking about watching you or thinking about reaching out to you, but I wouldn't say that they have, or I don't think you would even know if they do for sure. I think this is something that they're keeping very hush about for some reason. So, with this last deck, let's see if we can get any advice or maybe anything else that really needs to come out. You can see, I don't know if you can see, oh, you can't, whatever. I left the cards from the last group out just so that they don't get into the shuffle of this one. So we have Waning Moon, what do you need to release? Which I think is super important within this. Show the world who you really are, Full Moon in Aquarius in reverse. Hold your vision, Fixed Moon. A new start is coming, New Moon in reverse. I think with the what do you need to release, if you do not allow yourself to release what needs to be gone within your own situation, within yourself, and I also think if this person does not release what has happened to them, this new start will continue to just be stunted until that part of self has truly allowed a piece of death, a true death, a true mourning of it, and a true growth of something new. I think you need to be holding on to what you're doing, holding on to your vision with this person or what you see for the future of you. Hold on to it. Allow yourself to just kind of let this person continue to release what they need to release. And you also do the same and allow yourself the space so that when this person does make these moves towards you, or you find that you're ready to make the move toward this person, you are actually truly ready to take them and really let it sink in. I think there's this fear here of you. I think maybe that's also why this High Priestess came out. I think there's this fear here for you to speak up on how you feel or what you're feeling, and that's okay. It might just not be the right time, and that's fine. There's no rush. I think this person still has a lot to work through and is still kind of juggling what they need. Again, no rush. You shouldn't have to rush into these things, and you don't want to either. Because if you aren't ready to handle this person where they are at, then things just won't work out in the first place. Okay, group 2, I hope this was helpful. I hope to see you soon. Again, if you'd like to like, subscribe, all those things, I'd love to see you soon. Thanks so much. Hi, group 3. Excited to have you here. If you chose this beautiful amethyst, I love this amethyst so much. It's so nice. This is your group. You scrubbed to the right place. Welcome. So, like I said, we're going to get about 9 cards from this deck. We're going to get 9 more cards from another deck. And then for the last one, we're going to be using a moon oracle. I have left the cards from the other groups out, so that they don't get shuffled into the mix and we don't have any repeats, any of those kinds of things. So, who is this person? Does group 3 know this person? What does this timeline look like? Is it sooner than they think? We've got the 6 of Pentacles. I'm going to take that upright. Excuse me. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have Temperance coming out in reverse. We have the Two of Wands. I'll take Two of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Seven of Wands. Let's do one last shuffle. Yeah, I'm gonna take this first one. The last group also got Eight of Wands as their overall. So that's a little crazy, huh? So if you want to see the last group, you can definitely go ahead and do that. This could be reversed for, you know, you and the other person, whatever. Cross watchers, not cross watchers, it could be the same kind of energy as well here. But with this Eight of Wands, this feels like you are not in communication with this person. You are not talking to this person. Nothing is happening between you two. Either you're not talking or nothing is happening between you two. It doesn't feel like there's any kind of movement, really. I feel like this person is... I feel like you're not talking, because I feel like this person is kind of trying to work on their selfishness. So you have the Six of Pentacles, and then you have the Five of Swords. So the Six of Pentacles is this person trying to find that equal give and take and what that looks like for them. But with the Five of Swords, they've been kind of maybe notoriously selfish with you. I think also with the Seven of Wands in reverse, this person is kind of learning to let those walls down. And with the Five of Swords, this could be a third-party situation. I don't know if you knew that already or what have you. There could be something else or someone else kind of taking up their time, and they're not really sure how to juggle you and this other situation that happens to be at hand. With Temperance as well, there's not a lot of being able to find balance here and being able to find self. These queens do not feel like this person. These queens feel a little bit more like you. And I think with this Queen of Wands coming out in reverse, you have kind of withdrawn your energy from this, because you realize the selfish ways of this person, and you see that there's not a lot of balance within their situation. And with Temperance coming out in reverse, they might have some kind of alcohol or substance abuse. Temperance also came out in reverse for the last group, so I would definitely suggest watching that. And with the Queen of Pentacles too, it's like you know your own worth, you know what you want, and you know what you need out of a situation like this, and you're not really willing to budge from that. And I think that's a good place to be, and I think that's really important. I think in a lot of ways with the Queen of Wands as well in reverse, there's a lot of feeling that this has kind of put out a fire for you, and maybe a loss of passion. But with this Two of Cups, this person really wants to be with you, and they want to start something with you, but I just don't think they're sure how. Especially with the Seven of Wands in reverse, it's kind of like they're beginning to really allow themselves to not be super on the defense all the time. And this could be you as well, learning to be a little bit less on the defense, but this feels more like them. And with the Two of Wands, it just kind of feels like this person knows that they have so many things that they want out of a relationship, out of life. They might want to travel, all those kinds of things, and they're just not exactly sure which situation to give the most energy to at the moment. And with the Ace of Wands too, it's kind of like they want to strike this match with you, but they're having trouble. I feel like they've hurt you somehow. I don't think you were maybe in a relationship. This feels more of just like a talking stage. But with the two cups coming out, it could very well be that you both were in a relationship and now things are not working, but you're wondering if you should be waiting around, all those kinds of things. And, I mean, I'll just say point blank, you shouldn't be waiting around for anybody. But that's just me. You gotta live your life. And I think that's why that Queen of Pentacles came out. You're really realizing what you need and what you want and what you're not gonna take out of this. So we have Knight of Wands coming out in reverse. We have Temperance again coming out in reverse. We have Six of Pentacles coming out again. This time in reverse, right over Temperance in reverse. Wow. We have the Queen of Wands upright. We have the Sun. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Chariot in reverse. Follow. Go. And we have Justice, and then we again have the Two of Wands in reverse. There's a lot of repeats. So this feels like this is something that maybe the situation has kind of like come together and then come apart and come together and come apart. So that could be something that resonates with your situation. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't take it. So with this Knight of Wands, it feels like they want to make these moves towards you. They want to do all these things towards you, and they're just not ready. They really aren't, because I don't think in a lot of ways they're ready within their own self and what they need to be doing. With Temperance in reverse coming out again, substance abuse could be a really big thing here. This could be a big problem with you, or this could be a big problem with them. But I think it or just in general, this person doesn't have a lot of, it feels like their reserves are out of gas. You know, there's not a lot of pumping happening. They don't feel a lot of verve at the moment. They don't feel that push to kind of do anything, and I think it's because they want to get everything together. With Six of Pentacles in reverse as well, there's just a want for balance within their own life and what they need, which is also what Temperance talks about, finding that balance of self and that equal give and take, like we talked about earlier, that occurs within every relationship. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands, I feel like all these queens are very much your energy. This person sees you as someone that is super attractive, knows exactly what they want, knows exactly where they're going, and is abundant in a lot of different ways and has a lot to offer. And I think because they don't feel that way, that's where that fear of being able to come back or being able to talk to you in the first place is coming from. Especially with this Ace of Pentacles, it just feels like they have the seed, but they're not sure where to plant it just yet. Is this the moon or is this the sun? I think this is the sun. This is the moon. This could very well be a person who has not told you anything about how they feel. And that could be to the point of trying to just be friends or pretending to be friends, that kind of situation. Or maybe not revealing stuff about their childhood or where they've been or any of those kinds of things. I just don't think they've been very open or upfront about what is going on in their lives. Lots of different secrets. I also think a lot about telepathic communication whenever the moon comes out, especially with like romantic reads or something where I'm talking about a soulmate. This could be someone that you feel like you talk to on a spiritual basis, or maybe you only see each other in the 5D at this point. So if that applies to you as well, just know that. But I do think this person has a lot that they need to reveal to you when the time is right. With the Chariot in reverse, again, this person is just not making any moves. Nothing is happening for them. And I don't think anything is really going wrong. It could be, it does kind of feel like that, but it doesn't necessarily vastly feel that way. It just feels like this is kind of a slow down moment and just reassess what is working and what is not working for them. With the Two of Wands coming out again, this time in reverse, they feel like they have all these options, or they feel like they have these very solid options, but they're just unsure, again, of really where to put this energy. And again, there's just no movement coming out of this person. If there is something between the two of you, maybe even legal, on like a legal basis, you have Justice coming out here. This could very well be that kind of situation where this is a legal situation and something needs to be handled, divorces, all that kind of stuff. Things will work out in, I think, your favor, honestly, but also with Justice coming out, it's kind of just that reminder of whatever is meant to be achieved and whatever is supposed to balance itself out will. Again, with the Six of Pentacles coming out twice, as well as Temperance coming out twice, things will just literally unfold as they're supposed to. And there's really not much you can do about this situation, and I think the more you allow Spirit to kind of just take control, and I think that's what they need to do too. I think this person has a lot of resistance towards Spirit, and what Spirit is trying to offer to them and show them, and it's forcing this stagnancy. So, for this last deck, this is a Oracle Moon Tarot, what have you. I'm just gonna get 3 cards. Last group got 4. We'll see what happens. And this is more of just advice for you, how to take this situation and where to move towards, what to do in this situation, really. And also, you know, anything else that you need to hear about this person, or all those kinds of things. So we have nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon in reverse. You have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra, and let's get one more. I'm not going to take all of those. I'll take that one. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. A new romantic cycle beginning could be with this person, but I think you also need to be open to the options of someone else coming in, and I think that's what Spirit is really trying to talk to you about, and really trying to remind you that you don't really have control over these situations, and they will play out exactly as they do. A personal issue reaches resolution. Again, this could be your own personal issues kind of closing off, or this could be this person's personal issues. I think this more feels like them, where things are going to finally start closing these kinds of chapters. Nothing will come of this situation in reverse. Again, just shows you have no clue what's going to happen here. And this could very well happen, especially with the new romantic cycle begins coming out as well. This could very well be this person, you know, finally making the move that they need to make, making any apologies, whatever needs to happen within this situation. But you need to trust in the first place that this situation can fix itself. I think there needs to be a lot more trust about what can happen within this situation on your end. Don't ever doubt what Spirit has for you or what they will send to you. Even if it's just another learning lesson, it is what it is, and you will learn what you needed to learn from it. Okay, group 3, I hope this was helpful. If you want to like and subscribe and all those beautiful things, I would love that. If you don't have to. I hope you'll have a good one. Thanks so much.